Well, I just picked a bunch of dandelion flowers. It's late March 2019. Dandelions are blooming, and we are going to make dandelion syrup. It's a very healthy syrup. Kind of tastes like honey. So the next few minutes I'm going to show you how to make dandelion syrup. So one question you may have is, well, how many flowers do you need? Well, it depends on how much syrup you want to make, but basically I make a jar like I make a jar like this, okay? So for that, you basically need 2 handfuls like this of flowers. So that's what I got. You know, there's no rocket science about it, but anyway, so the next thing you gotta do, and this is a pain in the butt, see this green stuff? Well, the green stuff is bitter, okay? So what you gotta do is you gotta remove the yellow part. I am not kidding you. This is a pain in the butt, but that's what you gotta do. Get as much from just that, and then you put it in the pot. Don't waste anything. This is going to end up being thrown away. So that's what you got to do, is take the yellow part off, leave the green, because the green is bitter, and put it in the pot. 1 liter of cold water, like a little less than a quart, okay? And then you bring it slowly to a boil, okay? And once it's boiling, let it boil for a few minutes. Then you take it off and let it sit for overnight. You gotta let it sit overnight. And then the next morning you take, the process continues, which will go on next. And by the way, this recipe is from a book, Health Through God's Pharmacy, Maria Treben. She's this is a book from Europe. It's all about herbs, and she is from Austria. She's world famous. She has sold 1 million of these books, believe it or not. And this is where I found the recipe on making the syrup. So, okay. So here we are, 24 hours later. Well, not quite 24 hours, overnight. I started this yesterday about, I don't know, 2 o'clock, something like that, in the afternoon. So now it's 7:30 in the morning. So the next step we do here, making dandelion syrup here, is to, you can see, this is what's left. I boiled it maybe a little bit longer than I should have, but I think it gets more of the goodies out of it. And so I'm gonna strain it. Now, one thing you got to make sure is that you get all the juice out of the flowers here. So when I get after I have every drop out of it, dripping out of it, then I'll squeeze this a little bit. I have to clean that. So now I'll squeeze this, get more of the juice out. Make sure I'm getting everything, every good part of the dandelion flower essence, if you will. I think I pretty much, and it's still got stuff in it, but we might as well squeeze a little bit more. And this stuff, I'm going to put that in the compost. Nothing wrong with that. So anyway, be back in a minute.